Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing the statement sums based on the topic of fractions. This is exercise 5.9. Till now we have done addition, multiplication, subtraction and division of the fractions. Now we'll be doing the statement sums on the basis of the topic. First question is, Sanjay read 20 pages of a book with 50 pages. Harish read 3/5 of the same book. Who read less? Now let's move to the first line, then we are going to understand it. Sanjay read 20 pages of a book with 50 pages. Now there is one book which is having 50 pages. For example, this is a notebook and this notebook is having 50 pages, right? So Sanjay read, out of these 50 pages, he read 20. So this much he has read. Total number of pages in the book? 50. So Sanjay read pages how many? 20 pages he has read. Harish read 3/5 of the same book. 3/5 of the same book, and in the same book how many pages were there? Total pages were 50. So this line, how we are going to write? 3/5 of same book, and same book means having how many pages? 50 pages. 3 upon 5. Now this of means multiply 50. Out of this 50, he has read 3 by 5, right? Now let us solve. 5 ones are 5 tens are, that means 30 pages. Harish read pages how many? 3/5 of the total pages. Total pages were 50. So after solving it, we got to know that Harish has read 30 pages. This was the value which was given in fraction. This means that if there are 5 pages, he has read 3 pages. But this is the fraction, and if I have to find out of the total pages 50, answer will be 30. Now who read less? Of course Harish has read Sanjay has read less, because Sanjay has read 20 and Harish has read 30 pages. So Sanjay has read less pages. Let's move to the next. Reshma drew a line that was 2 4 by 8 centimeters long. Then she drew the second line that was 7 3 by 4 centimeters long. What is the total length that is drawn by the Reshma? So firstly she had drew this line. This is the first line, and the length of this line is 2 4 upon 8 centimeters. So this is the length of the first line. Then he again drew the second line, and the length of the second line is 7 3 upon 4 centimeters. The question is that you have to tell what is the total length. Combining these two, you will be getting the total length. If this is, for example, I am taking, if this is 2 and this is 5, then what will be the total length? 7. Similarly, if we are having the numbers in the fractions, then we are going to find the total length of this line. And if I have to find the total length of this line, I am going to add these two numbers. Okay, firstly, let's see how we have to write it. Length of the first line drawn, 2 4 upon 8 centimeters. Length of second line drawn, 7 3 upon 4 centimeters. We have written it. This diagram, if you want to draw, that is completely your choice. This I had drawn just to make you explain this question. Next, the total length of the line drawn is, now we are going to add those two values, 2 4 upon 8 plus 7 3 upon 4. Now I can make my calculation easy here by making my denominator same. If I am going to cancel these two on the table of 2, 2 2s are 4 and 2 4s are 8. Now I can see that my denominators are same. I don't have to take a LCM separately for the different denominators, because I have already made here same denominators. Now the fraction becomes 2 2 upon 4 plus 7 3 upon 4. This is the fraction. Now this is mixed fraction. This mixed fraction now I am going to change to improper fraction. 4 2s are 8, 8 plus 2, 10 upon 4, plus 4 7s are 28, 28 plus 3, 31 upon 4. Now denominators are same. Take the combined denominator and add the numerator. 10 plus 31. This will become 41 upon 4. Now since the values were given in the mixed fractions, you can change this also in the mixed fraction. So when you are going to divide 41 and 4, 4 ones are 4. 1 is there, then since this value 1 is less than 4, so I am going to place here 0. Okay, and then it will be 10 1 upon 4 centimeters. So this is the combined value of this question. Okay, so this was your solution of B part. Now let's question number 2. Now let's do question number 3. While exercising, Sanjay covered 9 upon 12 kilometers. So this is the total distance from here to here and here to here. Now this is the total distance which Sanjay covered while exercising. 9 upon 12 kilometers. If he walked 7/5 upon 8 kilometers, if this much distance he has covered by walking, and this distance which he covered by walking is 7/5 upon 8 kilometers, and the rest part which he has covered is by jogging, you have to tell that what is the distance which he covered by jogging. What is the distance he has covered by jogging? This is the total. This he has covered by walking. I have to tell this much part. So what you are going to do here? Subtract. If you are not understanding with the fractions, let's understand here with this part. The value of this is 5. Okay, this complete is 5. I know only this much part, and I am saying that this part is 2. Then what is the remaining part? Of course 3. And how you have got 3? By subtracting these two. 5 minus 2 is equals to 3. And here also we are going to now subtract. So let's see how we have to do this. How we have to write. Total distance covered is 9 upon 12 kilometers. Distance covered while walking 7/5 upon 8. So the distance covered while jogging is going to be this and this value I am going to subtract. So this will become 9 upon 12 minus 7/5 upon 8. Now 9 and 12 I can cancel here. 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12. So this will be 9 3 upon 4 minus 7/5 upon 8. Now these are in the mixed fractions. Let's convert these mixed fractions into improper fractions. 9 4s are 36. 36 plus 3, 39 upon 4. Minus 8 7s are 56. 56 plus 5, 61 upon 8. Now my denominators are not same. I have to make my denominators same, and that I can do only by taking the LCM of 4 and 8. I have taken here the LCM of 4 and 8. What is the LCM? 8. So now this fraction which I am going to solve now here is 39 upon 4 minus 61 upon 8. LCM is 8. So next is, on the table of 4, 8 will go on 2. So 2 I am going to multiply by 39. 39 is the numerator. Minus 8 ones are 8 into 61. Now this will be 78 minus 61 upon 8. Denominator will be 8 and this will come 17. Now if you want to keep your answer till here, that is also fine. If you want to change this into the mixed fraction, that also you can do. 2 1 upon 8 kilometer is the answer. So this means that for jogging he has covered 2 1 upon 8 kilometers. This is your answer. Okay, please see the solution of this. At the end, please do write 2 1 upon 8 kilometer is distance. Distance is covered by jogging. This was your third question. Let's move to the next, fourth. In the fourth question, Rahul rides at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour from his home. He has to go to the office and it takes him 15 minutes to reach office. So how far is his office from the home? See, the question is, this is the home of Rahul and now he has to go to the office. Now when he goes, it takes him 15 minutes to reach office when he is going on the two-wheeler at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour. You have to now find what is the distance between these two, home and office. What is the distance? And what is the formula for distance? Distance is equals to speed into time. This is the only formula of speed into time, distance. So distance is equals to speed into time. Now what is the speed? 45. So I am going to keep here 45 into 15 minutes. But now this speed 45 kilometer per hour is there. This time 15 minutes is given and this is in minutes. These two units are not same of the time. We have to make it same. So I am going to change this minute into hours. This will be 45 into 15 upon 60 hours. What I have done is, to change these minutes into hours, I have divided 15 by 60. Now why by 60? We all know that in 1 hour how many minutes are there? 60 minutes are there, right? But if I want to know only 1 minute value, then this 60 will go down. So this will become 1.60 hour, right? So what I have done is, I have multiplied this 15 by 1 upon 60. Now let us cancel it. 15 ones are, 15 fours are, so it will be 45 upon 4 kilometers. You can keep your answer till here also, or mixed fraction 11 1 upon 4 kilometers. So this is the distance between the home and the office. Okay. Now question number 5. In question number 5, there are 117 mg of cholesterol in 13/3 cups of milk. How much cholesterol is there in 1 cup of milk? Now see, There are 13/3 cups of milk, right? 13/3. Now just let's see how many are there. 3 4s are 12, 1. So this means 4 1/3. This means how many cups I'm having? 4 are these, and 1/3 means this is completely filled, and this is 1/3 filled. If this is 1/3, 1 2 3, this much is filled. Okay, this is the meaning of 13/3 cups of milk. 13/3 cups of milk means when I changed this into mixed fraction, I got to know that this 4 means complete 4 cups, and 1/3 means this much. If I divided this into 3 parts, this much cup, this much is filled with the milk. And when this is filled with the milk, this is giving us 117 mg of cholesterol. So you have to tell how much cholesterol is there in 1 cup of milk. You have to tell in this milk how much, in this 1 cup how much cholesterol is there. We have to find. In 1 we have to find. So for 1 what we have to do? Divide. Now let's see how we have written it here. Total cholesterol in 13/3 cups of milk is given how much? 117 mg. So the cholesterol in 1 cup of milk, how we are finding? Total always divided by the cholesterol divided by 13/3, because we have to find for 1, and if I have to find for 1, I will be dividing 117 and 13/3 so that I can find the value of cholesterol in 1 cup. So 117. Now if I have to divide, we all know when two fractions are there, divide sign will not come, and divide we are going to change to multiply. So this will multiply and this will be reciprocator. So this will become 3/13. Now 13 ones are 13 nines are. What will be the answer? 27 mg. So this means in this how much cholesterol is there? 27 mg will be there. Right? Now let's move to question number 6. A farmer planted 1/2 of the acres of land with 2 types of wheat. Now there is a farmer who is having this half acres of land. This is complete. The value of this is going to be half acre of this land, and in this land he had planted 2 types of wheat, in this first type and this second type, and in both the plots the value of the wheat planted is same. If here he has planted 20 kg something, then here also 20 kg. Roughly I am giving you the idea. Okay, so this is the question. If the farmer planted an equal amount of each type of wheat, how many acres of each type? How many acres of each type? Again you have to find each. That means 1 did the farmer planted. So now what we will be doing is total land for 2 type of wheats. How much is there? What is the total land? 1/2 acres. Land for planting each type of the wheat. Now this means that if this is the complete land we are having, and I want that equal amount of wheat has to be there in 2 plots, then for 1 plot what is the value of the plot? What is the land which is required for planting 1 type of wheat? Okay, you just have to find the value of this plot. How you are going to find how much big it is? So if you have to find for 1, we are always doing what is divide. So land for planting each type of the wheat is going to be half divided by 2. Half divided by 2. Next, how much it will be? 1/2. This is 2/1. Divide means multiply. 1 will go up, 2 will come down. So this will be 1/2, and the answer is 1/4 acres of land. This means that the value of this 1 plot is 1/4 acres. And similarly, the value of this is also going to be 1/4 acres of land. Fine. Now let's move to the last one. A bulldozer could carry 1/8 of a ton of sand. If a park needed 3 tons of a sand, how many loads would the bulldozer need to carry? So now in this question they are saying is a park has to be made. A park has to be made, and in this we want sand to be paved on it. Sand we have to keep. How much? Like this is 1 excuse me, this is 1 ton, this is 2nd ton, this is 3 tons of sand. Right, now all these 3 tons I have to keep in this so that the sand can be placed here. Okay, so in this we want 3 tons of sand. Now the bulldozer can take out 1/8 of the ton of sand. Now what the bulldozer can do is One by one the bulldozer will come. He is going to take out this much sand from here, and then he is going to keep it here. Then again he will come, this much sand he is going to take out, again he is going to keep it here. Likewise, now they're asking that likewise how many times the bulldozer is going to come and he is going to take out the sand from these tons and he is going to place it in that park. So this is the basic question. Now let's see how we are going to solve it. You have to find the number of times the bulldozer needs to carry the load. Okay, so first of all, total tons of the sand required. Of course, in the numerator we are always writing the total, and then in the denominator, at one time how much sand the bulldozer is carrying. So this is the value which we are going to write in the denominator. The total tons is how much? 3, because the requirement of the sand in this part is 3, and at one time the bulldozer can carry how much? 1/8 of the ton. Now this means 3 divided by 1/8. Divide will change to multiply. This will be reciprocated. 24. This means 24 times the bulldozer is going to come, right? How many loads? So that means 24, right? This is the answer. So with this, your exercise 5.9 is done. Please complete this in the notebook. Thank you.